Chapter 1: The Life We Built. Sarah and I had been married for 10 years, and for most of that time, I believed we were unshakable. We met in college, two young dreamers with big plans for the future. She was the kind of woman who lit up a room just by walking into it. Her laughter was infectious, her smile could melt ice, and her intelligence was matched only by her kindness. I fell for her hard, and she fell for me too. Our early years were a whirlwind of love and adventure. We traveled, built careers, and eventually started a family. We had two beautiful children, a cozy home, and a life that seemed picture perfect. Sure, we had our ups and downs, but what marriage doesn't? I always believed that we could weather any storm as long as we had each other, but then, things started to change. Chapter 2: The First Signs. At first, the changes were subtle. Sarah started working longer hours, often coming home late and exhausted. She became more secretive with her phone, always keeping it face down or taking it with her whenever she left the room. When I asked her about it, she would brush me off with a casual, "It's just work stuff, babe, you know how it is." I wanted to believe her. I really did, but deep down, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. There was a distance between us that hadn't been there before, and no matter how hard I tried to bridge it, Sarah seemed to pull further away. One night, as we lay in bed, I turned to her and said, "Sarah, is everything okay? You've seemed different lately." She hesitated for a moment before forcing a smile. "I'm fine, just stressed with work. Don't worry about me, okay?" I nodded, but her words did little to ease my growing unease. Chapter 3: The Discovery. The truth came crashing down on me one ordinary Tuesday evening. Sarah had left her phone on the kitchen counter while she went to take a shower. I wasn't the type to snoop, but something, call it intuition or paranoia, compelled me to pick it up. The screen lit up with a notification from a name I didn't recognize: Jake. My stomach churned as I opened the message. What I saw shattered my world. "Can't wait to see you tomorrow. Last night was amazing." I felt like I had been punched in the gut. My hands trembled as I scrolled through the messages, each one more incriminating than the last. There were photos, plans to meet, and words of affection that should have been reserved for me. When Sarah came out of the shower, I was sitting on the couch, her phone in my hand. She took one look at my face and knew. Her expression shifted from confusion to guilt in an instant. "Mark, I can explain," she began, but I cut her off. "Explain what, Sarah? That you've been cheating on me? That our entire marriage has been a lie?" She broke down in tears, her sobs filling the room. "I'm so sorry, Mark. I never meant to hurt you. It just happened." "It just happened," I repeated, my voice rising. "Do you hear yourself? You don't just accidentally cheat on your husband." Chapter 4: The Aftermath. The days that followed were a blur of anger, sadness, and confusion. Sarah moved out temporarily, staying with her sister while we both tried to make sense of what had happened. I threw myself into work, trying to distract myself from the pain, but it was always there, lurking in the back of my mind. I couldn't stop thinking about the messages, the photos, the lies. I replayed every moment of our marriage, searching for signs I might have missed. Had I been too busy with work? Had I not been attentive enough? Was this somehow my fault? I started seeing a therapist to help me navigate my emotions. It wasn't easy to open up about what I was going through, but it helped to have someone to talk to. My therapist encouraged me to take my time and not make any rash decisions. "Forgiveness is a process," she said. "And it's okay if you're not ready for it yet." Chapter 5: The Decision to Forgive. After weeks of soul-searching, I realized that I still loved Sarah. Despite the pain she had caused me, I couldn't imagine my life without her. I knew that forgiving her wouldn't be easy, but I also knew that I wanted to try. I reached out to her and asked her to meet me for coffee. She looked nervous as she sat down across from me, her hands clutching her cup like a lifeline. "I've been doing a lot of thinking," I began, my voice steady. "And I've decided that I want to try to work things out. But it's not going to be easy, Sarah. You hurt me more than I ever thought possible, and it's going to take time for me to heal." Tears filled her eyes as she nodded. "I understand, Mark. and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to earn back your trust. I love you, and I'm so sorry for what I've done. Chapter 6: Rebuilding Trust. The road to rebuilding our marriage was long and painful. Sarah cut off all contact with Jake and became completely transparent with me. She gave me access to her phone, her email, and her social media accounts. It felt strange, almost invasive, but it was a necessary step in rebuilding trust. We started couples therapy, where we worked on improving our communication and addressing the underlying issues that had led to the affair. It wasn't easy to open up about our feelings, but it was necessary if we wanted to move forward. There were moments when I doubted whether we could ever truly recover. The scars of betrayal ran deep, and there were times when the pain felt overwhelming. But through it all, Sarah remained committed to making things right. She was patient, understanding, and willing to do whatever it took to prove her love for me. Chapter 7: The Challenges. Despite our progress, there were still challenges. I struggled with intrusive thoughts, wondering if Sarah was being honest with me or if she would hurt me again. There were nights when I lay awake, replaying the affair in my mind, and days when the anger and sadness felt too much to bear. Sarah, for her part, worked hard to regain my trust. She was patient with my doubts and understanding of my pain. But even she had moments of frustration, wondering if we would ever be able to move past what had happened. Chapter 8: The Resolution. Over time, our relationship began to heal. We learned to appreciate each other more and to prioritize our marriage. The scars of betrayal were still there, but they no longer defined us. We had been through hell, but we had come out the other side stronger and more committed to each other. Forgiveness, I learned, is not a one-time event but a journey. It's about choosing to love someone despite their flaws and mistakes. It's about finding the strength to move forward even when the past threatens to pull you back. As I look at Sarah now, I see not just the woman who hurt me but the woman I fell in love with all those years ago. We're not the same people we were before the affair, but maybe that's okay. Maybe we're better, stronger, and more resilient. The future is still uncertain, but for the first time in a long time, I feel hopeful. We've been through the worst, and we're still standing, and for now, that's enough. Themes explored: the complexity of forgiveness and the challenges of rebuilding trust. The emotional toll of infidelity on both partners. The importance of communication and honesty in a marriage. The journey of healing and the resilience of love.